read the stimulus out loud.
Okay, so an investigator is trying to determine the order in which 5 successive phone calls were made. 1 call each to Quinn, Roth, Smith, Tang, and Vitt. Each call was one of 2 types, local or non-local. The following facts have been established thus far. Quinn.
Right. So we got R, S, T, and V, and we're trying to determine if they are local or non-local, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. So what does rule number 1 mean?
Okay, Quinn's call was immediately before. Okay, so Q immediately before V, but sometime after S.
So we got something like that going on, right?
Yeah.
All right.
S was a different type than V, so S was different than V.
And different in what regards?
Call.
Yes. So if S is local, then what do we know about V?
V is non-local.
Excellent. So I'm just going to use shapes so we know that these are different.
Q's call and T's call were both local.
I'm like, yes, that's easy. I'm like, Quinn, you are local. I'm going to put a box around you. And then wherever T goes is local.
Okay. And then the 3rd call was non-local.
All right. So at this point, what I would do is I would draw like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And whoever is 3rd is non-local. Okay. So who cannot be 3rd?
T or Q.
Excellent. So where can Q go? Where can Q not go? So you already said that Q cannot go 3rd. Where else can Q not go?
Q cannot go.
Can Q go first?
No.
Why not?
Because it was after S.
Can Q go last?
No.
Awesome. So where can Q go?
Either 2nd or 4th.
Yes. And that is what I would do personally, I would do my worlds on.
Okay.
All right. So in world number 1, I'm going to put Q in 2nd. And in world number 2, I'm going to put Q in 4th. So in world number 1, what else do we know? Oh, sorry. And whenever Q goes, we know Q is local.
Okay. So V goes right after Q.
Excellent. Do we know anything else?
S would be first in the first one.
And do we know anything else?
But in the second one, you can't determine.
Oh, sorry. Nope. Let's still look at the first one. In the first
okay.
one, we still know more things in the first one.
So in the first one, Smith's call would be local.
Excellent. Because it's different from V. And so in this, and then we have S, so we have R and T. We don't know where in the first one, but we do know that T is local.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So now let's look at the second one. Do we know anything in the second one?
We just know that Smith is in 1, 2, or 3.
Yep. And
V is last.
Excellent. What else do we know in 2? Do we know who cannot go in 3 and 2?
in 3, T.
Excellent. So this is where I would split my worlds again, just the second one.
Okay.
I'm going to make it all exactly the same up to this point. And what do you think I'm going to do?
Put T first and then put T second.
Excellent. When T's first, we have L, and when T, L. Excellent. And then, so here we have S, which is just different from V, and then R. All right, let's go into the questions. So let's go ahead and start with number 1.
Which one of the following could be an accurate matching of the calls to their types, listed in order from the first call to the last call? So Smith and Bit were different calls. So first I'll go through. Oh, I don't know how I was looking at that one first. First, I'll start with the first roll. Okay, Quinn's call was immediately before Bit, but sometime after Smith.
So essentially we're looking for like S, Q, V, but Q and V being right next to each other.
Okay, S, Q, V. So cross out A.
Perfect.
And then that's it for that one.
Good.
Smith was different than S is different than V. Cross out C.
Yep.
Okay, Quinn and T are both local. Q and T are local. Cross out E.
Perfect.
Cross out D. The answer is B.
Yay. All right. And then how would we go about solving number 2?
Okay, so for number 2, if Roth's call was second, then which of the following must be true?
So then what world are we looking at?
Number 2, we would do R second and put S third. And then
What else do we know? We know one more thing.
we know that third call, Q and T are local. S is different than V. So S is non-local. V is local.
Perfect. That's all we know.
Okay, so the first call was non-local. Cross that off. Second call was non-local. I guess we don't know that.
That could be true, right? But this
Yeah.
question is asking us what must be true.
The fourth call was non-local. Nope. The first call was local. Yes. Okay.
And then E says the second call was local, which is still like could be true.
Yeah.
But
But we
doesn't
don't
have to be true.
Okay. If Tang's call was fifth, then which one of the following could be true? So we would use number 1 and then put R in the other spot.
Right. And we're looking at what could be true.
So the fourth call was non-local. That could be true.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be our answer, but let's check the other ones to make sure.
Second call was non-local. No. First call was non-local. Nope. Smith's call was third. No. And no.
All right. And now number 4.
If Roth's call was local, then which of the following must be false?
So in what world could, is that all? Yeah. Right? Yes. In what world could R be local?
In 1.
Yeah, here we would have so we would have local, right? And we just wouldn't know which ones are chi.
Yeah.
Any other ones?
Um, uh, what is S? Okay, or two.
Yep, because we would put R here, right?
Yeah, and then S.
And R would be local. So then S would go here. Do we know anything else in two?
That V is non-local. Or I mean local.
Yep. And then what about in world three?
We know that you put R and then S and then V is local.
All right. So which of the following must be false? So can Q be fourth? Does that have to be false?
No,
Nope, because it could happen. Excellent. What about Roth's call was second?
no.
That could happen. Smith's call was second. Can that happen?
It cannot happen.
I like that one.
So that's
What
good.
T can T's call be first?
Yes, it can.
And can V's call be fifth?
Yes.
Yay.
Okay.
All right. Last one, number 5.
If the first call was non-local, then for exactly how many of the recipients' call can their positions in the order of calls be determined? Oh yeah, this one kind of trips me up sometimes. So if the first one was non-local,
So what world are we looking at in that situation?
number 3.
Yep. And do we know who it is?
No.
Yeah, I feel like it could be S or R.
Yeah, I don't think you, because
So
you
how
can put
many?
or
Yep. So how many do we know that their position?
3.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. All right. So I
You're
need
like, I get it now.